Some guys just have to learn how to detach. A lot of you creepy, needy motherfuckers, y'all are still in love with a woman from years ago. And you guys have no idea how much that affects your capacity to meet new women. So let's watch this first, and then we're gonna go to the blackboard or green board, and I'm gonna teach you guys how to actually detach in a way that allows you to let go. Because the truth is, when you're able to detach, when you're able to let go, that's when you're most powerful as a man. Let's watch this.
Evil acts. People who have mastered the art of detachment, they are okay to be a villain in someone else's story. And by villain, I don't mean somebody who does villainous, heinous, evil acts. Evil and villain is a very different thing. Sometimes it's okay to say no. Sometimes it's okay to not over-explain. Never complain, never explain. It is too much. You are doing too much, Rachel. So stop it.
And when you're able to detach from people, you're able to put them in their place. But if you're not able to detach, you're afraid to put people in your place. And women can sense that, and women don't respect that. So we're gonna go to the green board right now. We're gonna go deeper into the topic of letting go and how women are drawn to men who do this. Let's go to the blackboard.
You want to see people as shadows. In other words, the more you chase a shadow, the more it runs from you. But as soon as you walk away from your shadow, that's when it's going to follow you. And people are very similar in that way, that when you start to chase, when you start to hold on to them too much, a certain part of your personality comes out that repels people. The reason why is because usually what's motivating that behavior is insecurity. And humans are naturally repelled by other people's reaction to their insecurities, right? And so because of that, the things that arise from not being able to let go always repels. Now, people who are confident will not be as repelled by your needy, creepy behaviors. But people, which is most people, who are insecure, they'll see your needy, creepy behavior as a sign of your low value. And also, it affects how you see yourself, which then also creates a symbiotic relationship that accelerates the creepiness, right? So we're gonna talk about what are the 5 amazing things that happen when you finally let them go. And we've all seen this with exes, how when we finally let them go, our behavior changes and all of a sudden they give us what we want. Well, you're doing something different. It's not like all of a sudden the cosmic universe changes things because you stop liking them. Something pragmatic is happening in your behavior, and their reaction to that is attraction. And why can't we just learn from that and replicate it in our lives? Because it really does create results. It fixes a lot of situations, and that's what we're gonna be talking about today. And if you guys wanna work with me one-on-one, go to mindfulattraction.org, and then you can book a one-on-one phone call with me today, okay? And oh shit, fuck, I broke this, people. Oh, that's a shame. And if you guys want to purchase my paintings, my art, you could just go to my website by clicking on the description down below and purchase my art, or else I'm gonna close the channel, all right? So look, so the first thing that happened, I gotta give you guys a warning, okay? This does not mean, because a lot of YouTubers make this video and they pretty much promise you that this will make anyone come back. It doesn't. This doesn't mean that they will come back. What this means though, is that they'll respect you for it, right? This is all this means, that that respect that they feel for you will increase. It's not that they'll like you more, but that respect will increase. So if they like you and they don't respect you, well, guess what? It creates problems. It creates such a power dynamic that they get drunk on the power that you give them, and they start acting negligent. They put you in the needy state. So what this really does, it just makes people respect you more. You know what I'm saying? So if they didn't like you and you let them go, all of a sudden you're not gonna look attractive to them. What they'll do is respect you more. Generally speaking, this has a more powerful effect as me as a guy, right? But also I've seen it with women that where I dated women, and it's not that they let me go. It's not like they stop feeling feelings for me. It's just that they're willing to suffer to forget me. But also it means that if I love you, but if things don't work out, I'm willing to walk away. These things are communicated non-verbally, like by the tolerance that they have. When I mean tolerance, I mean how much of your bullshit are they willing to tolerate? How much of your promises are they willing to tolerate? How much of your needy, creepy behavior are they willing to tolerate? Having low tolerance for BS, a lot of the times pretty much communicates that you are the type of person that they can't respect, right? You're that type of person. So remember, this doesn't cause them to come back, it causes them to respect you, right? And if they left because they didn't respect you, then they will come back. Right? You see what I'm saying? This is, I'll be honest with you, this is the thing what that people don't understand is that this is pretty much the foundation to almost everything, right? Without respect, anything before or after respect is lost. For example, like if you did crack and you stop doing crack, right? And you play basketball. So remember, it's respect. So the first thing is that you start to do the right things. Once you finally let go, you literally step into your most attractive self. Like your most attractive self literally controls you. And the reason why that is because you stop giving a fuck. It's kind of similar to trying to put something through a needle. When you're trying to put something through a needle, all of a sudden your fingers start to shake. You start to have more involuntary responses. But if you're just moving a needle without the intention of putting it through something, you'll notice it's more stable. That's a problem here, is that sometimes you care so much, you're so needy and creepy, that you start to do more than you should. Your memory is unbelievable, so you look like you really like them. You remember details that even they're like, how the fuck do you remember that shit? You're really needy. You're very considerate to the point you're the most considerate person they've ever met in their life. And a lot of the times, it doesn't mean that you're needy in general life, but that when you like someone, you literally start to behave differently than your normal self. And to them, it looks like it's another person. To them, you come across as different. And they were attracted to the one that didn't care, but now since you care, and there's such a contrast in personality, it creeps them out and they get turned off, right? So a lot of the times, it's not really about knowing what to do. It's really about just changing your state. Changing your emotional state will literally teach you what to do doing the right thing. But when you're really intensely desiring their validation, or better or worse, you're not aware that you're needy, you start doing all of the wrong things. Your unconscious already knows what to do. The problem is that you have to put it in the right emotional state. Okay? So that's the first thing. This is actually the good thing, because all you gotta do to apply this is be happy. But the problem is that a lot of people are not happy. Listen, Avery, Alex, a lot of people are just not happy. And because they're not happy, it causes people to become overly attached to the partners that they have, which then causes them to do the wrong things. You know, honestly, like I said, it's not a function of you knowing what to do. It's a function of just being happy. And then from that state of mind, you start doing everything correctly. Next one is that your nonverbal cues improve. So no more creepy nonverbal cues. And how it comes across is that you literally just slow down. Your speech slows down. Your eye contact is more steady. Your response time is more slower. You just come across as more fluid. And that fluidity is similar to, like I said, putting something through a needle. When you're not anxious to put something through a needle, you can move it relaxed. But when you're trying to put it through a needle, you shake a little bit. This happens to your nonverbal cues, that when you're confident, you talk to them like this. But when you're trying to look confident, you may not notice you're giving like a fucking creepy look. Like you talk too much, you talk too fast, but you're not aware because you are reacting to an anxious, unconscious emotion. You're not aware that you're anxious. All you're aware of is that you're trying to impress them. But because of that, of your unawareness, you don't notice how these emotions are subtly contorting your face to give like nonverbal cues that are weird, because you're trying to show nonverbal cues of confidence, but what's really animating you is insecurity, and so it looks mumbled up. It's like in painting, when you put a bunch of colors and you mix it wrong, it looks muddy, which is kind of similar to when you're trying to come across confident, but you feel insecure. It's like having bad smell, and then you put deodorant. I mean, you put a fucking perfume or a cologne. It smells like BO with perfume, BO with cologne. That don't smell good. Right? Next one is you become more self-aware. And this is where you start to notice how dumb you were acting, how needy you were, how much power you gave them. These are your sobering moments when you start to see that in reality you lost control, that you let this type of person control you. And this sobering thing, this like self-awareness actually allows you to learn from your mistake. The problem is that when you never let go, you are never fully aware of your situation. Your ego is too fragile to help you see that you are in a position of weakness. And so because you can't let go, you cannot be self-aware, and a lot of the time you'll go your whole life being bitter, your whole life being the needy one, and that's because you're just not aware of yourself. You keep chasing that magic dragon. You keep chasing their validation. You keep chasing that sensation that they give you, all in the cost of your own self-esteem. And this honestly, this happened to me where I had a tough time letting go of my exes. And because of that, I didn't know how that made me look in front of them. Like I was so needy that I was just pushing them away. It was only till I finally let go through a meditation retreat that I saw and realized, oh my God, like I was really insufferable. Like I talk too much, I talk too fast, I'm too anxious, I try to impress people too much. And so from that self-awareness, which was a very bad feeling it was embarrassing, all right? It was truly embarrassing. From that place of self-awareness, I literally just calmed down. That was a trip in Italy that I told you guys about. I literally calmed down a lot more. And from that day on, the people in my life have noticed that I'm just more relaxed. Well, that's because my eyes opened to how creepy I was. I calmed down, because before, sometimes you think people don't like you because you're not doing certain things. Sometimes people don't like you because you're doing too much. And I'll be honest with you, that's the hardest thing to know about yourself, because that's kind of embarrassing. And that's really the ego that doesn't want you to see how embarrassing you really are. But once you finally feel that embarrassment, you can clearly see the behavior that you gotta stop doing. Because a lot of the times that's really the issue. It's not that you're not applying that strategy. Most likely you're applying too much strategy. You're doing way too much. It makes people defensive. And that was to me. And all I did was just calm down, don't try. And like magic, that was the appropriate level, because I was at here when in reality I should have been here, right? We're gonna go to a quick little commercial break.
Now, if you guys enjoy this type of content, check out my course, Dark Game, or like I like to call it now, the Complete Man. It's a course that I created for guys who have no idea how to get women in their lives. As you guys can see, I have attracted a life that brings women into my life. I do a lot of social events, art events, meditation events, and I don't do that to get women, but what I notice is that it gets women into your life, right? And in this course, I teach you guys how to do this. I teach you, so that means even if you're friend zone, if you're the type of person that lacks assertiveness, if you were raised by a single mom and you didn't know how to get women, well, this is the course for you. It teaches you how to overcome approach anxiety, how to take action, because a lot of the times you watch these videos and you don't know how to take action, how to break patterns, how to build social circle, a pickup artistry course, right? Understanding your dark side, a bunch of things that helps a guy improve their dating life, right? Where we talk about how to find your purpose, female nature, the mindset game, the outer game, right? How to get her number, how to damage control, how to create competition, first date using vulnerability, online games, social circle game, how to get threesomes. I mean, the whole shebang bang, right? And the beauty about this course is that there's a 30-day money back guarantee. If you don't like it, you could just let me know and get a refund. There's the basic course, which is $99, and then there is the one with the bonuses, like that I just read to you. So just look through the sales letter, and there's actually some free clips that you guys can watch, right? I think so, right? Um, no, there isn't. But yeah, just look at it. Let me know if you what you guys think of it. You just give it a try. If you don't like it, I will give you your money back. I've always given people refunds. So yeah, man. Hopefully, I can see you guys inside, and let's get back to the video.
Anyways, see you guys inside, and thank you. The next one is that you offend them. What do I mean by that? A lot of the times, and it's actually on this one, that you start to realize it was ego, meaning you let go, and then your eyes open up. You start to see that you're really attracted to them because maybe of some other reason, maybe the fact that you fit in with your friends that are getting in a relationship, or you finally got that trophy wife, right? You start to realize that it was ego, and that's really comes down because also you became more self-aware. But the ego part, you said you realize that you were attracted to them not because you loved them, but because you were projecting. It was really unfulfilled needs that you were not aware of, but that you were unconsciously trying to fulfill by being attracted to them. And this will literally improve your self-awareness, which would then allow you to improve your nonverbal cues, and by the very nature of this, you start to do the right thing. This is literally how you become more attractive without trying, right? And now, what do I mean by you offend them? Well, guess what? Some people are also in it for ego. And because you're not chasing them, because you're not taking the bait, you're not falling for their games anymore, they feel an emptiness in their heart. A lot of the times people use you to feel good about themselves, like fucking multivitamins. They use you as validation. They use you as their drugs. And as a result, when you stop reacting to them, when you stop begging, when you finally let them go, when you start finally realize that this person is not gonna change, all of a sudden it offends them. So then what they try to do then is that they start trying to give you what you wanted. And if you're unreactive, they start to chase even harder, but don't get fooled. The only reason why they're chasing is because you offended them. It's only temporary. What they need to do is heal, right? But look, I tell you, as a guy, man, if she wants to come back and be, I'm down, I don't give a fuck, right? But I know it's temporary. I know that deep down in her heart, she's trying to fucking get back at me. Now look, truth be told, I gotta be careful. Because some women will try to get revenge. Look at Shannon Sharp, right? So you gotta be careful with that. So you have to be careful who you offend. Because if the person is a psycho, if you have any inkling that this person is a psycho, has a long memory, has gotten revenge on people in their lives, I recommend not to offend them. I recommend to walk away and to lose all contact. Because some people you just cannot offend. They'll come back at you, right? And as you can see, this has a lot of power, but the trick is here, this is a trick. You can't fake this. Because a lot of the times we try to fake letting go and we're looking back. And these things, even when you look back, people can sense that you're looking back through your nonverbal cues because you're too tolerant of them. They sense that you hope that they could change. They sense that you're not, that you're still not able, that you're still not willing to let go, and they'll call you a bluff because they can sense it. It's like people could I don't know how, but non-verbally, we kind of unconsciously communicate that we don't really mean it, that we really are not willing to let go. It's like somebody who's addicted to crack, and he's talking to their psychologist, and they say, okay, delete your dealer's number. And they're like, oh no, well, I'm gonna quit, but I don't want to delete his number. Why do you think you don't want to delete his number? Because secretly, you know you're still not ready to stop doing crack. Jesus Christ. How the fuck are you doing crack, man? It's at this moment in time, smoke weed, nigga, like the fuck, right? And so people kind of can tell that more than you because I used to work at a drug addiction place, and a lot of the times they were not aware that they were lying to themselves. The fact that they are not willing to delete their dealer's number is a reflection that they're lying to themselves. But the crazy thing is that they're not aware that they're lying to themselves. They just have this emotional reaction to deleting the number. They have like this resistance. So the awareness of your self-deception comes in the resistance to let go. Where you'll consciously say you want to be happy, you'll consciously say you want to that you're done with this, but you'll notice that there's a whisper in a compulsion that says don't delete it. That is how you know you're lying to yourself. Anytime you have a compulsion that goes against your self-interest, explore that. Become aware of that. Observe how maybe that compulsion goes against the very thing you're verbally saying. And all I want you to do is just bring awareness to the reaction and to your behavior afterwards. I swear to God, sometimes just being aware of those contradictions, because just the fact that you actually identified it is a miracle in and of itself. And a lot of times those patterns dissolve in the light of your awareness. And sometimes if you don't believe, I prefer to pray to God when I notice those contradictions, and I just pray God, please remove them, right? And for me, God could be the universe, right? For other people, it's something else. I just say, remove these urges, remove my contradictions, and I swear to God, it works. If you don't believe it, just give it a try. And if you don't want to give it a try, it just means you're not desperate enough, right? You got to suffer a bit more. You haven't gotten the gift of desperation to be willing to try anything, right? Once you're willing to try anything, try this. I'm telling you, it works. The reason why it works is because these things have been done with addicts, drug addicts who have cravings, which for some of you guys is the craving to chase, the craving to be creepy. They've shown that if they pray to God, remove these cravings, remove my desire to chase this person, remove my inability to let go, help me let go. Studies show for some reason or another, it works. You just have to be, I ask you, pray even if you doubt it, just because Father Alex says so. Watch what happens, test God, right? Like I said, it could be anything in the universe, right? I say this because this worked for me. And I can't just do things, see things work, and just keep it to myself. And I know it goes against my YouTube channel because I never talk about prayer, but I've seen it work, man. What the fuck? I've seen the law of attraction work and I've seen prayer work. So give that a try, okay? Anyways, so remember, you start to do the right things. Your nonverbal cues improve. Your self-awareness increases. You actually offend them, which makes them chase. But be careful though, because a lot of the times it's their ego, and you'll realize it was all ego. Always remember, the more you want, the less you'll have. But this applies only to people. Because with the law of attraction, the more you want something, the more you'll get it. All right? Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.